Good afternoon. Hi. Are we about ready? I noticed it's 5 o'clock on the dot and wanted to start on time. We're very punctual around here at this Edinburgh EDC. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, including here.
Here in Edinburgh.
So welcome to the EDC board meeting. Can we establish a quorum?
Yes, ma'am. Veronica Gonzalez,
Here.
Roland Gomez,
Present.
Ronnie Rivera,
Present.
Dan Diaz,
Present.
Sabrina Walker Hernandez. Raul Resendez is absent, and Eddie Garza.
Present.
All right. Would you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. Ms. Ramirez, can you certify that we have posted the public notice?
Yes, ma'am. The agenda was posted on September 23rd, 2022 at 3:30 p.m.
Thank you. And disclosure of conflict of interest, our city attorney will go over that with everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Under state law, a conflict of interest exists if a director or certain members of that person's family has a qualifying financial interest in an agenda item. If there is a conflict of interest, the director cannot participate or vote on that item. Are there any conflicts to disclose at this time?
No.
None.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, public comments. Do we have any public comments?
No, ma'am, not today.
All right. Director's report.
Yes, in the packet, you will see a variety of information. First, the sales tax revenues for the month of July that is collected in the month of September was a total of $104,000, which was an increase of 17% from this time last year. The unemployment rate was at 5.8 for the month of August, which is a decrease from this time last year of 0.7% and still lower than the county average of 7.7%. We had commercial building permits for the month of August at 1.3 million. Multifamily for the month of July was at 1.7 million. So we still have a continued growth and development in commercial and multifamily developments. We are continuing to work with prospects, doing marketing for the city and for all of our projects. We did start submitting a calendar of events to the board a couple of weeks ago, and included in the packet are some events that the staff has attended this past month and a list of upcoming events as well, and those are included in that calendar that goes out to everyone. So please, if there's anything that you wish to attend and there's something that we need to RSVP, please let us know, and staff can do so for you all to make sure there's attendance on those things. There's a report on the Spark program. October 1st is the deadline for that program. We do have quite a few applicants that were awarded grants under this program and have not submitted, so we'll have numbers for you as far as balances that we will have at the end of this program, and could pursue other options at that point for future programs as well. And just wanted to mention, I know last meeting there were quite a bit of projects that the board approved, mainly sales of properties at the North Industrial Park, and just wanted to give you some statistics on everything that was sold. There was a total of 36 acres that were approved. 26.65 million in capital investment that will go out there at the North Industrial Park. There will be a total of approximately 585 jobs. 387,000 square feet will be built, and that total economic impact for all of those projects is over 152 million. So in the next 2 years, which is the completion date for all of those projects, we should have that much square feet and jobs and capital investment there at the North Industrial Park.
That is tremendous news, Nelda. Thank you so much. I mean, just the interest in the industrial park recently, as you know, has really grown, and to have had this much activity in just a few months is really impressive. So thank you so much for that. And on the Spark program, so how long do we have to expend those funds?
There is a time frame, and I can verify that. I think 2026.
Okay, so we still have plenty of time to do that.
Yes.
So if we, and you'll know after the first how much will remain in a balance, so then we'll know if we want to start another program to help
Correct.
small businesses, we can do that.
Yes.
Okay, terrific. Okay. Any comments or questions on the director's report? Okay. Regular agenda items, so consider approval of the minutes for the board meeting on August 30th, that's item 6A. If y'all have had a chance to review the minutes, can we get a motion to approve them?
Motion to approve?
Okay, say, all in favor, say aye or raise your right hand. Okay, the minutes are approved, thank you. And now, the personnel compensation plan for fiscal year 22-23, that's item 6B in your packets.
Yes, ma'am. This comp plan and organizational chart was prepared because the board previously approved the new upcoming fiscal year budget. The Human Resource Department, whom we contract with, EEDC and city contract, to provide those services for the EEDC, has requested that we have a comp plan on file with them in accordance with their policies, and so that's what this item is regarding. We did mention to them that we are going to have brand-new staff and different staff members come on board, and so it may change, and they said, well, this is something that they can follow. It can be changed throughout the fiscal year upon board approval, but they need something on file for the new fiscal year. And so based on what the board approved on the upcoming budget for salaries, we went based on the city's comp plan to mirror those different titles so that they would fall within the range of the salaries that had been approved. And so that's what is in the org chart and the comp plan in your packet.
Okay, so these are just suggestions in terms of minimum, midpoint, and maximum for the different positions. And as you mentioned, once we have an executive director hired, they can determine how many positions need to be filled, and then also staying within budget and staying within somewhere around these numbers.
Salary
correct?
ranges, right.
Okay.
That's correct.
I'd like to say something that, being with all this staff that we're projected in hiring, and I know that we're missing a lot of positions now, I'd like to recognize city staff for doing such a wonderful job in the previous month. You guys are
Thank
doing
you.
great. I think I shared with Nelda yesterday. I said, Nelda, we want to keep you. We don't want to let you go.
I know, you've been doing a
And
great
they do
job.
the same thing. But congrats. You guys
City
are doing
managers
fantastic.
I
It's
appreciate
gonna be a
that.
it's gonna be a tug of war over here.
No, absolutely. I mean, the city is growing very quickly, and you have done a tremendous amount of work, and I know you're kind of doing a little bit of double duty, and we truly appreciate the fact that.
And
Thank
also,
you.
Myra, thank you for leading this thing. You know, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you to you all. Any questions on the organizational chart or the compensation plan that's being proposed for FY 2023? Do you need a motion on that?
Yes.
You do? Okay, can we get a motion to approve the compensation plan and org chart?
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye,
All right.
or raise your right hand. It's unanimous. Thank you. And now we have the discuss and consider approval of the funding proposal submitted by VITA, the Valley Initiative for Development and Advancement. So, and this is going to be under number 6C in your packet. If you will recall, board members, we had VITA come and present a couple months back. At the time, we were looking at a sponsorship, and we had to go back to look at what we had within our budget and what was what we could allocate to VITA. My understanding, and you can correct me, Mr. Ramirez, is that we had some monies that were available to us from another type of a sponsorship we were going to do that we ended up not doing. And so the proposal of what I'm seeing here is that If we were to fund at $50,000, Vida would match us at $25,000, and we could serve 15 residents of Edinburgh in the program. So is that correct about
That's correct. We have Felida Villarreal with Vida, the director for Vida here present in case you have any questions, but that's correct. We've asked her to submit a proposal based on our participation of 50,000 and what the matching funds could be, and so she provided those numbers as far as $25,000 minimum commitment. As I understand, it could be more depending, throughout the year if there's other similar situations with other cities. If not, 75,000 total could assist 15 total students for this program.
That is correct. And first of all, thank you all Edinburgh EDC Board of Directors for your time and for taking our funding requests into consideration. We greatly appreciate it. And so like Ms. Ramirez mentioned, the proposal would be to serve 15 participants that are currently residents of the city of Edinburgh. And of course, they would meet some of the eligibility criteria that we include. They must be 18 years of age or older. They must be eligible to work in the United States, and they must meet income eligibility guidelines. And for us, they must meet at least the 200% federal poverty guidelines. And so with that, we are trying to target, those residents from the city of Edinburgh that really need the support services the most, and that would ensure, successful outcomes with our intensive coaching, academic advisement, counseling to make sure that they're not only enrolling at the local college and the local university, but that they're actually persisting and that they successfully follow through and complete their career on time.
And at 15, with the 75,000, I guess, how much is it that you normally spend per student?
So more or less, it's about 5,000 per student for a full year.
Okay. And then you do provide reports on how the students did and where they started versus where they end up in terms of job security and pay and all
Absolutely.
that.
So we would provide you a detailed report on a monthly basis. It would also have the financial report listing, the breakdown of how the funding is being allocated to what students, and of course the student information in terms of their academic process, what career they're pursuing, and their credential as well.
Does anyone have any questions for Ms. Villarreal? I know we had all looked at this prior, so are y'all comfortable? Okay, so can I get a motion to approve the funding proposal of $50,000 to Vida with a match of the $25,000 from Vida to fund 15 students?
Make a motion as presented.
Motion made by Ms. Walker Hernandez. I'm just having trouble with the mic.
I'll second that.
And second by Eddie. All right, all in favor, raise your right hand or say aye. Okay, everyone in favor? Thank you so much, Ms.
Thank you
Villarreal. Thank
so
you for your
much.
patience while we work through this.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay. And then, let me make sure I'm correct here on this. It just seems too soon to go into executive, right? I'm like, could that be
You
true?
looking for another page?
I'm looking for the missing page here. All right, so can I get a motion to enter into executive session?
So moved.
Second, all right, all in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, we are now going into executive session.